Al-Jarf.
Al-Jarf.
Yeah, correct.
Professor Rima Al-Jarf from King Saud University. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another wonderful TCC presentation. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. It's 10:30 at night in Riyadh right now. Tonight, I'm going to talk about TED Talks and how they can be integrated in listening practice. First of all, I would like to give some background information about TED. TED is an acronym and it stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. It began in 1984 by Richard Saul Verman. It's a nonprofit organization devoting to the spread of ideas in the form of short, powerful talks. The talks are usually 18 minutes or shorter. A TED Talk is a video created from a presentation at a TED conference or one of its events around the world. TED Talks cover all kinds of topics, technology, business, global issues, motivation, environment, and other topics in more than 100 languages, including Arabic. In June 2011, TED Talks combined viewing reached 500 million. In November 2012, TED Talks had been watched 1 billion times worldwide, and in January 2018, over 2,600 TED Talks were freely available. In 2020, about 3,300. There are about 3,300 talks. 547 of those were on global issues. 780 talks on science. Now, if we go to the TED website, we will find podcasts and daily talks on Spotify. We will find TED conferences, TED translators, TED books, TED Institute, TED Community, TED Blog, a library of TED Talks, and the Audacious Project. Now, why should instructors use TED Talks in instruction, especially in foreign language instruction? In my presentation, I'm going to talk about the aims of my study. In my study, I'm going to talk about why instructors should use TED Talks and where to find TED Talks, criteria for selecting TED Talks. I'm also going to describe the subjects, the treatment, the materials, and the task very briefly, and the stages of teaching listening with TED Talks, the instructor's role, and the effects of using TED Talks on listening skill development and attitudes. Okay, there are several reasons for using TED Talks in instruction, especially in foreign language instruction and in translation. TED Talks have a variety of themes and topics, and also the speakers have a variety of accents, so the students have a chance to listen to different accents, American accent, British accent, Australian, and so on. The themes have different difficulty levels. Some are easy, some are difficult, and also different lengths and speeds. Some are very long, some are short, maybe 3-4 minutes. They can be viewed anytime and anywhere, and the students can view them as many times as they wish. They bring courses alive and allow learners to use their visual and auditory senses to learn complex concepts and difficult procedures. They save instructors time and effort as they are readily available. Instructors do not have to prepare any talk videos. Useful TED Talks can be shared with colleagues teaching the same subject. I was teaching two groups of EFL freshman students, and those were enrolled in a Listening One course. at King Saud University in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Both groups received in-class instruction. They studied the same curriculum and the same textbook, but the experimental group used TED Talks as a supplement to in-class listening, and the control group used mobile apps of their choice on their own without the help of the teacher. At the beginning, both groups were given a pretest. The pretest results showed no significant differences between the experimental and control groups in their listening skills. Just a brief description of the listening curriculum. The students listen to a lecture, then fill out an outline and answer listening comprehension questions. They also listen to short conversations and practice pronunciation, stress, and intonation. I also teach stress, intonation, assimilation, and elision rules in English. These are examples of where teachers and students can locate TED Talks. They can be located from smart TV apps, also on YouTube, and also there are mobile and tablet TED apps. They can be located there, and TED has a website with lots of themes, and the themes are organized in categories and also in alphabetical order. When we choose TED Talks, we should take several things into consideration, such as students' interests and degree of familiarity with the topic of the talk, the speed of the speaker, and the students can also choose their own TED Talks, the ones they like to watch. And we should take into consideration the difficulty level of the talk and also degree of complexity of the topic or theme of the talk, the accent of the speaker, if the students prefer to listen to a speaker with an American accent or British accent. Also, we should take into consideration the students' difficulty level. If the students are beginners, we try to choose short and easy talks. If they are advanced, then we choose more difficult and more and longer talks with a more complex theme. Another thing that we should take into consideration is the content details and also the length of the talk in minutes. With beginners, we use shorter ones. With advanced, we use longer ones. Okay, what I did, I assigned several TED Talks between 1 and 5, from which the students could choose and to suit the different ability levels in the group. I mean, this every week. Every week, I assign 1 to 5 because some students are smarter and better than others, so they could do all 5, and some could do 1, some could do 2 or 3. I started with short talks with slower speech and familiar topics and moved on to longer talks and less familiar topics. Now, this is an example. What we do and don't know about the coronavirus, since we are in the corona age. Now, these are examples of the TED Talks that I've used. I don't know, it's smaller. Okay. To save time, I'm not going to go through them. Okay. When we use TED Talks or any technology, there are 3 instructional stages before watching or using the technology, while watching or while using the technology, and after watching or after using the technology. Before watching a TED Talk, I posted the title and the link on Blackboard, then introduced the talk, gave a vocabulary overview, set the goal for watching the TED Talk, and gave 3 questions. While watching the talk, the students could view the talk on their smartphone, on the laptop, or smart TV. They could take notes, answer listening comprehension questions about main ideas, details, organizational structure, word meaning, and so on. After watching the talk, we discussed the answers together, and the students summarized the content of the talk. They also made an outline of the major points and subpoints, and the answers were posted on a blackboard so that all the students see each other's answers. Okay, since we're using technology, usually when we use technology, instruction is student-centered, and the instructor serves as a facilitator. He or she supports inquiries, discusses difficulties, and encourages students to fully participate in the activity. He or she encourages and models the skills that the students need to acquire or practice. And the instructor can give extra credit for participation and completing the task. The TED Talk content can be included on tests or other skill practice tasks, because if the teacher, especially with Saudi students, if the material does not come on the test, they would not care about it. If you don't give extra credit, they would not work. They would not do it because it's something extra. Okay. After the treatment, there was a post-test. Both groups took a post-test, and comparison of the students' performance in the control group and experimental group showed significant differences between the experimental and control groups in listening comprehension ability and vocabulary knowledge in favor of the experimental group. This means that watching the TED Talks proved to be effective in enhancing EFL students' learning. Here I have a bar graph that shows the test results. The one on the left is for the experimental group. The one on the right is for the control group. The pink color, the pink bar shows the mean score. The blue bar shows the median score. For the experimental group, the mean was 83 and the median 84. For the control group, the mean was 76 and the median was 75. In addition, I gave the students a post-treatment questionnaire, and responses to the questionnaire showed that students who participated in the TED Talk practice developed positive attitudes towards real-life English listening outside the classroom. And the students found the TED Talks interesting, fun, and beneficial. By the way, we have TED Talks in Arabic, and those are held in Riyadh, and the students are pretty familiar with them, and we also use them in translation, especially if we have a contest. That's why they are interesting for the students. They are not something that the students are not familiar with. Now I'll have some recommendations for teachers. Instructors can exploit latest technologies to help students develop their listening, speaking, reading, writing, and vocabulary skills in English. They should always keep in mind that technology does not teach by itself, and its use does not guarantee the automatic learning of the content. The students should be required to engage in, participate, respond to, and be actively involved in the activities. The students should never watch a TED Talk passively or any video, any instructional video passively. They should have something to do. The student's active role and the instructor's guidance are very crucial in facilitating the use of TED Talks to improve the student's English language skills and vocabulary knowledge. To save time, instructors can create a TED Talk repository, which they can use for future listening or translation courses. With this, I come to the end of my presentation. Yes, the ones I showed. I will try to answer the questions. The ones I showed, they are interesting for the students. These are samples. And as I said, they can be used for listening practice and also for translation from English into Arabic. And if the TED Talk is in Arabic, it can be translated from Arabic to English. Students can do that because we prepare students to become translators at my college. The sample size for about 40. Sorry, I missed it. Okay. Yes, EFL, English as a foreign language. TED Talks are, yes. Yeah, I could have used this in learning Arabic when I was in Saudi. No, because the language will be just authentic and they are not simplified for someone who does, unless you are very proficient in Arabic, then you will be able to understand. But if you are a beginner, they will be very difficult. I did not hear an echo. Okay, everyone is working from home. Yes. Yeah, we're having a curfew. We cannot go out. We cannot leave the neighborhood. In the morning, we have only from 6 to 3 p.m. to go out to the grocery store or pharmacy in the neighborhood. I cannot go to another neighborhood, and there are no taxis, no Uber, nothing. Forgive the internet. Yes, I think so. Yes, we are. Yeah, students, employees, everybody is at home working from home. This was before the session began. Now it's good. The echo, there's no echo now. Okay, sorry, I missed it. Well, you can, if you missed it, you can watch the recording. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can email me or post the questions under the abstract, the summary of my presentation. Oh, you're welcome. My email, okay, rima.al-jarf. I have several emails. This is the easiest because it matches my name. Yeah, this matches my name. So this is easier. And I have another one. Yeah, this is another one. Yeah, I have several emails. Because I have only 20 minutes, so I'm always afraid of running short of time. I did not even sign up for like a longer session because I always run into technical problems, and it's embarrassing to tell you the truth. Every time I have a TCC presentation, I've been participating in TCC since the year 2007. And several times I would be like in another country, not in Saudi, at a hotel or somewhere, and I would have a hard time with the internet connection. So this time I was expecting to be abroad in Europe because I was supposed to have a conference next week in Romania, but I will not be able to travel. Um, so I just chose to give a 20-minute presentation, but of course, the study is more detailed than this. I just had to cut down lots of things. Okay, thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Rima. Thank you for your presentation. I am going to stop the recording now, and we will be back shortly for the next presentation. We hope